Welcome back to some more Stationeers. Heading back to Mars. And I noticed in the last episode that LarRe wasn't feeling well and doing weird things. So I'm going to see if just by some sheer chance he started working again. So made sure to put him in resting position there. Should be complaining. Not exactly sure why it happens every time. Oh, something's definitely broken. We're just going to the pickup station. Heading up. See. Drop it. Something happened. Okay, so they're all in. Make sure position 1, position 1, position 1. Guess we're opening up with a laptop. Boy, it took a while. So, okay. Branch if equal to 0, I need OK to start main. Otherwise we're going to go through the loop. How many lines do I have? Not many. Okay. Maybe go get a console. Or LED display. Yeah, I think it's console. Frame rate so bad. Fixed my network issue. Found out that the way I've got my internet set up is it will automatically fail over to a wireless link going across the street to my dad's house. And that's what I was using. So my primary connection failed. I didn't realize it. That was all my internet problems. That would be over here. Right. So transformers. So give me what I need. Console. Do this to spin it. That works out pretty well. Okay, I gotta remember that it's almost to the point where I don't need this suit anymore. Huh. O is not type 1. Interesting. Actually know where the data connection is for this. Must be right there. There we go. Okay, so we're going to got me 4 lines. And, oh, okay. So now I got 5 lines. It's kind of annoying that those actually count. Because theoretically, in an interpreted, not an interpreted, but a compiled thing, they would be just ignored. So, how do I want to utilize that debug? Or do I just want to walk through it myself? Yeah, that's what I'll just walk through everything myself. Let's go ahead and have some cold french fries. I can click that and have a drink of water. Some high quality H2O. Okay, start main. Alright, so let's halt and catch fire. Hopefully that doesn't literally start a fire. I'm going to do a quick save just in case that is literally the... if that's a literal. Wow. Okay. Well, it is literal. That actually startled me. Okay. That startled me. Okay, so halt and catch fire literally halts and, well, explodes. That's... I don't even know. Do they have a legitimate halt function? Okay, it's just ridiculous. Okay, go to D1. Jump. Alright, so this should put it in a halt and catch fire. Although, quite frankly, I think we realized we went to start main. Well, before I accidentally do that again. Hey, no, I wanted to edit. Okay. So we know what the initialization went through. So retract arm, right? So if this is... Okay, yeah, so it's waiting for it to be idle. Okay. Because that does make sense. So... return home, I think this is something that we probably... and maybe it's the state machine that's getting lost. Let's see if I can find my notes on this. It's definitely not that. Here. Jeez. For all sorts of games, but not the one I'm looking for. Okay, I have no idea. Means it got moved. That's That's okay. We can step through this. So what is happening is it's supposed to be going to go garden, but it's not. It's just going to pick up. Now that's something that I have not intended. So start main. Yeah, setting 1. Right. So we load batch, reference ID. Okay, so we're just making sure that we've got all the LarRes. And then go back up to start main if we're going through the cap here. Okay. So we're going to hash import now. Current name hash. Okay, H import. This is slot. H import, that's an import bin, right? Why does that really matter at that point? Oh, it's open. Okay, geez, sorry. Okay. So if there's something in the bin, flush it. Flush me, Jay, flush me. There we go. Okay. So current station set to current index. And I'm going to go ahead and add 1 to the index. So we get the name hash. Okay, so now current station. So we're going to add 100 to current index, basically, is essentially what that is, to get current station and then current state. So these are mapping out to the different locations. And I think this is 512 is actually 256. Or it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so load batch idle. So we're waiting on idle for LarRe. If he's not idle, we just skip him. So now we're going to check his station, current station. And then we're going to get the current station. It's right here. So that's where the target station is supposed to be stored. So R15, which is where we're currently sitting, if it's at 0, it needs to go to garden. Oh, you know what? That right there. That is the reason, because I made the change because station 0, they were getting clogged up and banging into each other. That is why it broke. Okay. So, these, I think, are two units back. Jeez. So that's problematic because I can't necessarily turn these because these are 2 units wide. Okay. And of course, station 0 doesn't work. Ooh, okay, so that's why I broke it. That's why it's broken. could theoretically step these back. And how do I want to do that? I wonder if there's a way to do like a vertical. And then again, I get into the stairs. Suppose I could always figure out how it recover from an error. Okay, you're colliding. And you're not going to move until you move. So you were the binder. Okay. So this theoretically is going to crash into that and be waiting. So this is going to... It is idle, but it's... reading an error. Okay. Is there a way to get these all bound up? I don't think there's a way for all of them to be bound. So I guess that would mean they would technically go back to being what they're supposed to do. So current station. So setting move deposit items, but there's a go home, right? It must be that actual go home function. Okay. Return home. Return home. So we're going to move to put 0 and put 0, and that would fix save just in case stuff don't work. So we go back to 0. Alright, so we had to wait on that guy. Okay, station 3, there we go. That might have fixed it. That might have been the difference right there, because the way I intentionally programmed it to go back to the station. Okay, that's looking a little kosher. Okay. Alright, awesome. LarRe's fixed. Congratulations. You can all go home now. Halt, catch fire. Yep, alright. Literally does. Alright, so now I need to probably think more about we're gonna do a my goodness. Yeah, thank you for your mushroomage. Cool. So that is good. This is just to split it down to 1. Alright, so technically if I wanted 10 more seeds, or 18 more seeds, I would just chuck this in. And eventually it would cycle through. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I got LarRe going back to work. I'll have to big scale that at some point. Alright, we're getting more pressure in here, which is nice. So that is because I have basically disabled my furnace by trying to cool it down, and I need to check. Oh, it's gone. Weird sounds. Let me out. Okay. Still cooling down. All right. Looking good. Looking really good. So I could probably... Carbon dioxide is probably a very good option for shoving into that so pressurizing the system. So if this is going to be carbon dioxide, you're going to have to run, baby, run. Okay, so I need an active vent, some plumbing, and I probably should come up with some other stuff. Digital valves. Name them. Gas sensors. Do need gas sensors. What is going on with the sound? It's going to be pipe sensor? Is that such a thing? Sensor. Okay. Need a handful of those. Gonna need those. Maybe those. Hi, Peter. Active vent. Gas sensor, probably should do an IC10 and a housing. Thank you. And you, sure, I'll pick you up and maybe actually get you pressure regulator. Yeah, I probably do want one of those. Digital valves, alright, get those out there. Oh. Okay. I'm actually going to need a lot more insulated pipe. Probably let it go all 84. I'm gonna make sure I got a good enough pressure in this cooling system. I'm being sucked in. 208. It's coming down. It's coming down slowly. Those pressures, that's not a problem for the pollutant, but higher than that could be. And we got our housing. It's going to be a digital valve. Okay, go ahead and import the prom board, which should be empty as it is. So we're going to come on, bring up the programming interface. Okay, we're going to define name hash for the valve. Not the name hash. It's going to be valve. Digital valve. For the sensor, this is going to be a pipe sensor, gas sensor. Oh, you know what? What I'm using isn't going to work. Pipe meter? Pipe analyzer. That's what I need. Okay, so let's... Pipe analyzer. Oh, that's the one I need. I guess I can just go ahead and throw the sensors up here. Let's need more pipes. That's going to be 3 is what I really need. Is there a reason to have a 4th one? Maybe. Just in case. Okay. There we go. You may shut off. Alright, so now let's go back to this. So we're going to do the... let's see. Clear the device. Address 0 is going to be hash 0, 0. I don't need any more than that, but I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple more just because. 5 devices, I think that's enough. Spelled that wrong. Okay. So let's also define a temp threshold. This is going to be in Kelvin, so if the temperature is basically above... Is there any reason I would want this necessarily to be hotter? Let's put it at 0 degrees. Yeah, no. Let's take it 10 degrees. Is there anything else? No, I think that's it. Now we're going to alias string 0. We're going to have a current temp, enable device. Oh my goodness. So what we're going to do is load batch name to R15. Device hash is going to be hash sensor. Name hash is going to be alias. Current name hash R2. Cur index R3. Move cur index to 0. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get into cur name hash db address cur index. And then that does all the magic for me. We can add cur index going to be +1. Open up the coma. You know what? Quite frankly, I think inet actually would work. And that would reset it. Okay. So anyway, name hash is going to be current name hash. Logic type is going to be reference ID. And it doesn't really matter what this is. So this will be 0 if the device does not exist. So branch equal to 0, R15, and branch back to inet. So now doesn't matter, infinitely scaling, at least up to 5 devices, the way it's set. Eventually I want to do something besides that. Instead of putting these lines in each prom, IC10, I'd like to have that controlled elsewhere and save those X+1 lines. So now we're going to load batch R15H sensor. We want cur. And let's get the temperature. If I could spell. And grab average, even though theoretically there's only going to be 1 on. So we're going to set greater than, let's see, enable valve. It's going to be A greater than B. So current temp, which by the way is right here, above temp threshold. We're going to set batch cur temp. Set batch device hash is going to be hash valve. Name hash is going to be cur name hash on. It's going to be equal to enable valve. Okay. So it's going to turn the valve on and off based on that temperature threshold. And then it'll just jump to main. And then it keep going, round and round we go. So what I could do here is set db setting to cur index. That might give me an idea of where we are. So that right there. Export. Go ahead and turn you off. Whoa! Okay. Where the heck did that sucker go? I mean, I know there's a lot of wind there, but holy crap. That's ridiculous. I have no idea where that went. It's not in the unloader. That was very, very fascinating. Did it somehow get like, I don't even know. That was weird. What are you doing over here? Holy crow. If I just set you down, alright. No more jumping bean stuff here. There. Cooling control. Okay. Wow. That distracted me. Pressure valve and that. Pump it into the other line. Get the valves. Yeah, just name them 00, 01, 02. Okay. Yay! That was impressive. That was impressive. Okay. So these are going to be all controlled. Let's see, you're going to be a coolant line, right? So technically speaking, I'll probably have the fill valve here. So I might just go ahead and put the IC10 housing here. Put it there for just visibility on it, I guess. Okay, so pipe analyzer. I guess that's another thing. I should make sure those are actually set on. Do that, right? Let's... I'm gonna need more cable. Pressure regulator. Forward. Carbon dioxide. Let's take a look. Now max liquid temperature. Okay. I'll be, quite frankly, I'll be well above that anyway, so. So let's go ahead and set this to something crazy. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll knock it off by a order of magnitude to start. That particular section's not going to take long, but pipe analyzer. Actually, what's your name? Oh, 02. Well, 02, meet 02. Okay. Hello. First step's a doozy. Okay, so now we're going to do pipe analyzer right here. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more cable. is 01, so this will also be 01. I should turn these on just so I don't forget. I'll go ahead and turn you on. It doesn't matter because you're going to be controlled. And then this is 00, right? Would have been funnier if I named this 02. It would look like 02. Okay. Alright, so cable corner. That for now, because I don't think, well, unless I bring the main cable's right there, so maybe I'll bring the power supply in through here. That makes sense. Okay, more cable it is, but otherwise we're ready to go, ready to rock and roll. Obviously, we've got to throw some coolant in the system here. What? If we do this, it'll be just short. Nope, I take that back. That'll be embedded in the floor. It's like a snuggle. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Very good. Okay, fine, I'll use my jetpack. Stop it. Nope. Mm-hmm. Exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, I've got to figure out how to interface that with the 120, we're coming down. Cool. 150. Yeah, we're down to water. That in itself is kind of a problem. This is, no, so it's not doing anything. How are these? Flip, whoop. Help, I've fallen, I can't get up. Whoa. And, this whole system is just cooling down. Then, is there any world once it reaches cooler temperatures that I don't just inject it into the brown pipe? So I've got everything handled with the exception of water. That's what the atmospherics kit's for. Okay. Alright, so let's go start making cable. Because I'm going to need a bunch of it. I think I'm okay in pipe because I'll just redirect this abomination that's right there. Start making that before I think of anything else. Cable. Maybe I'll do pipe just so I don't. 49 more. Important that I have that on a battery. That's an interesting thought. I just thought of something I could do for that. Oh, hey. Oh, I'm here. Shoot, I already threw the chip out there. What I want to do is set match name hash sensor current name hash on 1. Turn it always on. That's one thing I did want to do. Was, don't worry too much about it. 50 pack cable. I think that'll do us. Do us good. And that'll do us good too. And then you're a 4-pack. Maybe I'll combine down. Okay. Do pipe frame. Yeah, I think I'm good here. I think we're good here. Oh. Big stretch. Okay. So cable. Come back. Yeah, let's go forward. So it may be sensible at some point that I cool the water that I generate. Where did... wait. Oh. Am I an idiot? I'm not seeing the chip anywhere. Did I leave it on the floor? Inside? A very good possibility of that. Okay. So... ooh, hello. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Okay. Straight down, obstruct anything if I wanted it to pass through. Do this just so it's not on the wall. On the wall, on the wall. 5,000 in. Doesn't matter. More or less. Okay, there we are. There's the answer. Okay. Turn that on. That should be on, that should be on, that should be on. This should be pressurizing with some nice, cool CO. So the idea here is that the temperature can go low. Any of these, like this in particular, though, so the nitrogen is warm. I can kick that on and start exchanging some temperature. But I'm not really going to worry about it that much. Where are we here with this? That's pretty cool. But it would still be on. So there's that. Actually make this work. I'm going to go ahead and pull that in. We're going to put a funky color here so it stands out. There we go. Nope. Nope. There we are. Okay, we want to set inward. Inward's very limited because it's darn near nothing for pressure out here. But it's going to pull in stuff into the brown pipe to be exchanged. Now that's carbon dioxide primarily and a little bit of everything else. So that's something. I could probably leave that running indiscriminately because how big is the system? I don't know if I've actually, well, yeah, that's true. I've got, this is the brown tank. Yeah, brown tank. So, got that as part of the system. So there's almost 9 megaliters, kiloliters. How's this going? 90 degrees. We're cooling down. Okay. Can't wait to evacuate stuff out of that. So, what do we got here? Atmospherics kit. So that's for handling the water. This might be a too wide trench when I go to make it. And then, yeah, we'll get that figured out here. Get that figured out. So I might be making some steel frames and steel sheets like crazy. Frames, steel frames. Well, that's got a bunch laying down here. There we go. Did I leave that over here? No. Okay, I seriously have no idea where I shoved that chip then. It's not like, no, not in there either. Huh.
Hunger caution.
So I guess I'll make myself another chip. disappointed in myself losing track of a chip like that. Check that out here. Holy tamale. Tamale? Holy cannoli? Holy tomatoes? That'll hold me over. Okay, you guys are crashed. You're both crashed. I will have to do a little bit of either redesign or some proofing in code. So now I'll be able to detect if they are in an error state. That's not going to be a problem. Not going to be a problem at all. Doing here 55 liters. I don't know. It definitely does mean that I need to put a little bit more space between them, which I guess is fine. Instead of compacting them into 2 rows, just make it 3. And then that would fix it. They could be tight like this and then just have a space. That would fix it. We are not... You're not ready. Okay. Fine. It's okay. I think I've got enough oil. I don't have enough oil. Whatever. I'll just hold off. Okay. At some point I want to write my own customized script for that. IC10 link control. Okay, got that. And what else did I need? Power at some point is probably going to be a problem. Okay, let's make it. Wow, those are really slow. That in my inventory so it doesn't yeet off into non-existence. So that would be working. And not still sheets, still frames. Okay. So sheets are going to be necessarily leave them going. I should set up a dial where I can just punch in the exact number that I want. Process it. Solar panels. Brain. Can't find my brain. I think it was just stuff. Didn't I have another? I don't. Also. analyzer back, because I don't need that. The transformer, don't need that. Could put off for just a little bit longer the atmospherics kit. Turn off my light, check my power. Oh, yeah, full power. Oh, okay. I figured out where the chip went. It was in my suit. Oh, that was okay. I guess that's another thing I can look at. Hard suit. Can read temperature. Okay, and then ooh. All right. Might be some interesting stuff in there. So if I throw the chip on here, whee, and turn this on, should be going. Whoa. Yep, you'd be on. And you'd be on, yep. That's exactly what I was expecting to see. So that's working as expected. Now this is raising up to 10 degrees. And since I don't have actually any active cooling on there, that does make a lot of sense. So how are we doing here? You got a mega... Okay. Actually got a significant amount. So now, I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 in front. Bring that pressure up. Nope. Then I got to rig it to the cooling system, but I got to make sure that the cooling system over here is ready to accept it as is. Wow. Ooh, we are into negative temperatures. Oh, that's the waistline. Sorry. 81 degrees. Pretty cool. Now, I don't know if that's a problem. I think I might be able to, because everything there is going to effectively get the cooling, so. Okay. So, how do I want to monkey this together? I could do that. I could do that. That would work. Be slow, but it'll work. So pump out of there. That will empty this, and then I can, yeah, that's what I should do. Get the cooling situated first. That's exactly what I should do. So I want to get most everything out of this system. Particularly the pollutant, because it's going to be a problem at the temperatures. Nah, actually, shouldn't be. Oh, the pressures. Would it just always be a gas because of the extreme temperature? Max liquid temperature is 152 at 6 kPa. Okay. Minimum condensation pressure. 2 kPa, 100, okay. Oh, okay, alright. So, I don't think that'll be a problem. ahead and start laying this out, though. Particularly here, because that's where my biggest problem is. Stabbing myself in the head would be very bad. Trap the dirt in the frames is essentially what I'm getting at. So that right there looks pretty good. Don't think I can do anything about that. Okay. So let's pop this out. Dummy. Good. Just remembered that my torch, my welding torch hasn't exactly had a charge lately. Let's go with just a single block for now. Everybody's blocked in. Okay. Then I'm gonna have to figure that out too. I want to have this like a ladder escape or a proper quote-unquote basement. That's running along the floor. Maybe I should change how that's set up. I mean, now is probably the time to do these changes. Go. Excellent. And we're going to not cheat T-junction it, because that's kind of counterproductive. Delete a bit of gas. So, hang drill. To consider that. Just so I don't overpressurize the pipe. bringing the pressure up slowly. And see if I can get the temperature down. So if I at least do that, can I get my head under this? Okay, I can. Would have made more sense to actually put it up at this level, but hey. If I ever have to get in here and service these things. Yeah. Whatever. It's just a game. Okay, and I will make an exception. I think a pipe hanging off the wall by one unit is not actually terrible looking, especially if it runs the whole length. So crank it up. Tie in to this system. Once it's emptied. Good thing there's no fall damage. 71. We're bringing the temp down. Of course, now, you know, the remainder of the stuff in that hot tank is not going to cool down any more realistically. But, I mean, we already took a good chunk out of the heat, so it was up over, well, 900 degrees, I think, close to 1,000 with the, when I turned the pipe heaters on with the generator. So, alright. How are we doing over here? I left you kind of just running. Oh, we're still doing great. 2.8 megapascals. You're probably really happy. And O2s actually should be increasing too, but that was already pretty well. You're still low. I would like much more nitrogen. But it is what it is. Oh, you know what I should do is go to the other side and kick on the composter. Probably should write something for that too. Okay. Great balls of fire. Lots of stuff to process. Just fine. Lots of stuff to process. Okay. Smash my face into the wall. Well, I'm over here. Orbiting organics and asteroid artisans. Let's give that 15 minutes. Okay, so I'll throw this
Caution.
Go ahead and drop some frames down. Feel like I should at least throw something here as a placeholder where eventually, whoa! Stuff might be. Okay. This and at least expose. Whoa. Whoa. Big hole. Found a big hole. Okay. Alright. It's looking fairly doable. I don't mind the stuff kind of hanging out in the block. For now. This may be subject to change. That looks reasonable. Oh, it's just somehow magically worked out. Still a chunk there. Yeah. Not perfect. Can't be perfect. It's good. Okay. Let's go get that trader. So I suppose that I should probably put a stacker on the end of the fertilizer. Maybe even kick it back into the gardening area. Light enough out, I don't think I need to. Alright, come on down. Don't crash into the wall. I've had enough of you guys crash to clear it out, so I'm not too worried about you crashing. Boy, I love how they come in at full tilt there. What do we got here? Rubbish! You know what? I've got a way to deal with that, so I'll take that. Okay, so your canned foods. Empty cans. Pretty cheap cardboard boxes. Just, all right. Okay. Thanks for your garbage. That's right, I did buy a bunch of seeds, so. Okay, give me that. Give me that. Probably should deal with that too. Decayed food. Food. Decayed food. Decayed food. And decayed food. Alright. cool. Yeah, sure. Yep, I'm fond of this system, so I can pull, well, I mean, up to 100,000 out of the battery up here, but I'm only charging it at a rate of like 5,000 watts, so I can't drain the entire system. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. Whoop. Jeez. Getting lost in my own base. It's pretty bad. Okay. Get some depressurize. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop suit. Throw a bunch of crap real quick into the chutes here. Okay, not seating yet. Not seating yet. Okay. Alright, so I'll trust that LarRe's now working again. Ooh, 5 mushrooms. Dang. I like that. I like that a lot. Right. Should probably actually do that on stuff like oops, soybeans and stuff. You know what? I probably should get more seeds. If I'm gonna actually grow things. I'm actually gonna grow things, I probably should. One potato. Nope, that's 15 potatoes. I think you only insert one at a time anyway. Okay. Good. Close the door. And potato seeds. Seed in there. And then these are soybean seeds. Put a second bit of soybean seeds. Close that. Okay, cool. So other than them occasionally crashing in Station 0, which is just because I didn't make them spaced far enough apart, so it's good to go. Good to go, good to go. All right. Off all the food. Cancel depressurize. That's the second time I tried clicking it. Okay, we will go ahead and chuck in reagent mix. And reagent mix. There we go. Of course, not going to do me much good because this is full. more sheets. Let me open up the welder. Throw the battery. Charge. Taken care of while I'm waiting. We've got enough plumbing. Yeah, steel sheets. Geometric wall, sure. And grading. We need a bunch of that. Steel sheets out the yin yang. Pop that open. Why are you taking so much? Oh, temperature's down. Oh, it's been because we opened the door over there. So temperature's down, that's good. Excuse me. Alright, well, we're going to throw the large battery in there and hope that that's enough. Pull this out. Pull this out. Kitty cat. Oh, not done yet. Are you okay? Holy crow, cat. Sounds like a reciprocating steam engine. Okay, the stairs with rails. We'll do this. That way we can put the grating or kitty cat. Doesn't quite where I was anticipating that going. Oh, that's kind of ugly. I might redesign that a little bit. There's that. And I'll just drop that because So do that. Okay, let's go to 25 megapascals. Okay. It's gonna take a very long time to get up to that pressure. Especially since, well, that's actually pulling out pretty good. Oh, what do we got here? Let's okay, so the pressures are definitely a problem. Okay. It does indicate that it is actually condensating. You're evaporating, but you're cooling at that temperature. So I might actually need to put a pipe heater on that. Okay. What are we doing over here? 68 and still dropping. Okay. What are we doing over here? Pressure's low enough that the pollutan's not condensing. Good. I've got to figure out how to deal with this. We're cooling quite significantly with that evaporation going on. So I might actually grab one of these. Condensation is happening in the pipe. You know, well aware. Well aware. Put that away. Pipe heater. Yep. Turn you on. So I may want to use the pollutant in my furnace. Possibly. Okay, so we're adding to that. Let's go ahead and check the pressure temperatures over here. That's decent. So, all right. Well, the stress is going down, so that's good. One of the things we pulling the pressure out. Still condensating. Well, anyway, once the pressure gets down, that will help. So it'll start evaporating. Nitrogen's down. I'm trying to cool everybody off, but stuck on everything. So 51 kPa. All the O2 is out of the system. Which I wasn't concerned about the O2. I'm concerned about the pollutant. Turbo? Maybe I need a turbo pump. So this is how do I want to do this? Pump it right into the brown. Such a mess. Okay, well, I know exactly where I can go to. Nope. Oh, wow. Essentially, that's it. Pressure regulator. That's not what it is. Tending to grab. Volume pump. Yeah, I guess either way, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get the stuff hooked up. Straight to the tank doesn't help. Go this way. I think this is the best bet. Super messy. It's going to be cleaned up. There we go. Turn that on. So now I should be evacuating this side as well. Extraordinarily slowly. Maybe slightly faster. Okay, we've got condensating pollutant and nitrous, apparently. But I am putting in higher temperature stuff, so the temperature should be going up. Yeah, I can see the freezing being a problem. temperature's going to be going above freezing here. Okay. 41.8% stressed. So the stress certainly is going down, so that's good. Yeah, so there is a little bit of liquid nitrous being generated. Slowly but surely, and at least the bright side is that there's almost no water in there realistically, so I don't need to worry about too much ice. Ugh. Oh, wow, temperature going up pretty. Oh, it's just because it's that. And you up to 8.5. Well, maybe in light of that, maybe I need to go ahead and turn those on. So whenever the generator's running or the wind's kicking up, I can have some extra. Oh. Trying to figure out what's buzzing, and it was that. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. Deal with that. Very good. Very good. I'm happy with that. So it's now just a matter of some of this stuff getting... Okay, your temperature's coming up. Now you're back to... Well, you have been evaporating. Okay, happy with that. Don't feel that turned off. Sweet. Pressure regulator. Go ahead and drop that off. That's pressure regulator. I don't really have anything else going on there. Shrink the pipe down in a couple stacks. Way for now, because it's going to take a little bit for that to cool down, and I will decorate later. Frames and sheets. Okay. Right. So I don't think I really need you anymore. Some more cable. Cable coils. let it go. I don't think I need to worry about it too much, because so, if I do this, I'm gonna set it to 100, and I'll just go to max. I'm glad that didn't go in. Using up a bit of water. So probably need to be thinking about that sometime soon. I mean, it's a possibility too that I just go out and do some of that right now. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and mine. Let's go ahead and mine. Start chucking it in. Nitrice, gold O2, there's some H2O.
Waste tank caution.
Of course, high quality H2O. Saw through my helmet. I think that's what I saw. Oh, eyes. I fell into a mine shaft. I have no idea into which abyss that disappeared into. Okay. Some coal, which I'm not particularly nitrogen in here, so. Volatile too. There's enough water to get me into trouble for sure. High quality H2O. Cobalt. Good golly. Cobalt right there, cool. Okay, so not my water ice. Okay, we'll do that. Let's pop that over there so it's out of the way. Some oxygen. Oh, jeez, what am I doing? Let's see, it's got the light on. Let's turn the light off. This, and open this. And ice crusher. Here's my ice crusher for the water. It's 15 degrees. Put one on the floor just for fun. For funsies. For funsies. Now, how that's in the... Nothing in the air. Technically, you would be losing them. Oh, this particular square is 50% water. 300 liters of water? Wow, that's significant, actually. Huh. Maybe I'll put the shower over there. Now, okay, so here's a question. If I put it on the floor up here, per se. Are you gonna fall down through the floor? No. You're up here. Oh, oh, wait. Did you fall through? Are we getting wet down here? Spreading out? Disappearing? No? Okay. Yeah, water effects. Huh. What it would do with like air inlets and stuff. That'd be kind of interesting. Liquid. What do we got for liquid? Come on. Jeez, it's taking forever. I'll just throw it on the floor and let it drain back into the system. Or so, I wonder if this would technically be classified as dirty water or something. Cool. So we fixed LarRe-ish to make sure that they don't pump. But that's doable. That's doable. So. Oh. Soggy, floaty. Oh, stuff's floating. Cool. Swimming pool? Swimming pool. Okay. So I didn't get all that much done, but I think it was what I did get done is important. So go. You've only got six in the 6 in the tank, 6 liters in the tank. And then down here is 61, so we're making progress. Whee, water! Oh, another mushroom already? Nice. Yoit! Yeah. Okay, and I probably should make another stacker. Put a stacker in the... I got a sorter. I don't have a stacker, so definitely need to expand this out. And I noticed that 17. I really want to see these things extended out too. So gonna have to have some real stuff going on. So call that good, and yeah, I think we'll. Go ahead and call it there. Love my twisty frames. Making puddles. Making puddles. So, alright, very good. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you next time.